Well, hello there, okay, hold up. Whew, seriousness here. Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I keep getting a bigger and bigger grin each time this story evolves. I'm really enjoying the pettiness. And as I said before, and I will say again, this beef between Bhad Bhabie and Alabama Barker is just ridiculous. But I'm living for it, okay? It is my guilty pleasure over here. I am enjoying this beef because let me tell you, Bhad Bhabie's mom has jumped into the conversation and has now told off Bhad Bhabie, not Bhad Bhabie, told off Alabama Barker and her nephew. It's just what it's just wild. It's wild here. Okay, so first, let me just break down this whole beef before I get into the serious note and for the real reason why I'm doing this reading. However, here's what this is what Bhad Bhabie's mom had to say on her Instagram because recently, Alabama. Hold on. Alabama, I need you to know that you brought this one onto yourself, sweetie. I just need her to know that. You brought this onto yourself. Okay. So Alabama Barker has in her new diss track, I don't know, it was a teaser. She couldn't come up with anything better to do with her life. So she called out Bhad Bhabie's 1-year-old son, if that's and the internet is eating her up, like literally eating her up. Bhad Bhabie didn't even have to do anything. The internet had told her off for her. And she's only 19 too. And she's over here talking about somebody's child. Okay, Alabama. Okay, we see you are a completely different level mindset because I don't know how you had that one I don't know how you thought that was going to fly by anybody. I get it's a beef. And I get when it's a beef, you got to go below the belt and got to take digs at anything. But Jesus, Alabama, are we serious? But here's what Bhad Bhabie's mom had to say in response. I guess Molko, aka Red Bed Rot, is still in her feelings and had my story removed. Like mother, like daughter. Ooh. This little dirty a-ho, Arkansas, Jesus, still talking about my granddaughter, yet her daddy has a whole new family. Rocky rules while you're just on your knees. And it's ridiculous that however old Bhad Bhabie's mom is jumping into this too. Like, go sit yourself outside of this situation. I get it. These internet parents and grandparents just want to be, it's like another Carlissa. Like, well, that's what I'm getting here. But, yeah. Why are you jumping into this childish beef? You need to see your way out of this. Literally, this is child's play. However, all that has happened. Alabama made the wrong step by trying to throw Bhad Bhabie's child's daughter's name into the mix during this beef. So then the grandmom had to go then step in and say something about Rocky. Okay. And here she's still she said little C really thought she did something when in reality she just showed everyone she is nothing but a little, I don't know what that's supposed to represent, hoe. And then the mother continues on. I told you this is ridiculous, but I'm eating it up like it's popcorn. Come along with me on this ride. So then the mother says next is This little trick really put me in her wannabe trying be dis. Throwing hands, yeah, we both can, but your mama admitted you can't. Never wanted my daughter. At least I raised her where her mom. At least I raised her. Where was her mama? Bedrock when she was there. Then proof she was gone. What? This is I'm so out of the loop on this beef that this literally does not make any sense. Rapping isn't your thing. Only thing in your mouth is yeah. 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 And this is what Alabama Barker says. She says, wait, her baby daddy stopped his car in the middle of the Melrose to get out the car, chase me 20 feet to get my Insta. Like the same week she gave birth. I'll send you screenshots of his DMs. Childish. So childish. Anyway, all that to be said, speaking of the baby daddy, which is a great segue, sadly, all on the same day that this actually happened, the same day Alabama drops this diss track leak, Levon was shot outside of a strip club. The story just keeps getting better, honestly. Outside of a strip club, it was in the hand. Somebody else got shot in the shoulder. We don't know who even shot them or why. Some fight escalated outside of the strip club. What was it over? What was it about? Beats me, honestly. But yeah, Bhad Bhabie hasn't said anything of the sorts about why or how she feels about this situation. I don't know what else to really say about that other than let's just do a reading on Bhad Bhabie or Danielle Bergoli and just see what is going on with her, because she got whack-ass Alabama Barker coming out of her left side, and now her baby daddy just got shot outside of a strip club. Like, what? And I just said in my last video that I'm just like, I don't even know why she cares so much when she said that she's not even with this man anymore. So I don't know why she feels the need to have this beef with Alabama Barker. She said, you stole him right out of my booty hole. Who got the upper hand here? Like, anyway, Bhad Bhabie, how are you doing? What's going on with you and Levon? Are you guys a couple? Please tell me, like, enlighten me. What is going on? How do you feel that he's been, now that he's out the hospital and home? Okay. Crazy. Wild. Story spinning my mind. I can't even. Okay. Wow. The Fool. Okay, what's above her head? The Hermit. Okay. The Three of Cups. Also, can I talk about how I'm extremely upset that on the SoundCloud version, Bhad Bhabie has censored Miss Whitman? It is so... I can't even enjoy it now. I can't even enjoy the diss track because you wanted to censor it. If I want to listen to it, I have to go listen to it on repeat on YouTube where it is not censored. But anyway, we have the Father of Cups. We have the Future is the Chariot. Now that's not good. Let's see what her fears is. Okay. Hopes. Okay. Friends, family, and loved ones sees the Ace. Okay. And the outcome. Interesting. Okay. Well, what do I see here for Bhad Bhabie and Levon, or just how she is in this very moment with everything that's going on with her life? Literally, it's just one thing after another with her. We see that she currently feels like the like a fool. Like she's on a new path, a journey, somewhere where she feels like she's never treaded before, but she's confident. She's just like, I got this. She has the hermit above her head, which is actually a very nice place to have the hermit, that she's actually really, despite the way it appears on the out surface, internally and eternally and mentally, she is taking some time out to really think before she reacts, especially because she feels like she's in a place that's unfamiliar. So because of that, it's almost like having to act on instincts, but knowing that you're much more evolved than acting on instincts. So you have to find another way to react, if that makes sense. It's like you're like on level 1, but you've elevated to level 2. But while you're on level 2, you come across things that remind you of level 1, and you're just like, oh wait, I remember that, but this is actually just slightly a bit harder. It just, each level increases, and that's how that baby is feeling. She understands that everything that's going on. She's a mom, bodied it over some young thing trying to take her baby daddy, just right. So she got all that going on in her life that she has to think about, and also she's really trying to take her music career seriously, it seems like, unless she just comes out of retirement just to do these diss tracks, and she's really trying to get more into acting or do something else different with her life. However, it just seems like right now at this present moment it should be celebratory for her, because we see the 3 of Cups. It could also symbolize the family, like the father, the mother, and the child, which symbolizes her family unit, which is what she could truly be wanting and living for. Not living for, but what she truly wants and is trying to achieve in life. Like, well, yes, maybe I'm not with my baby daddy, or me and LV aren't together like that, but he is the father of my child, so I am going to be there for him. I am going to care about him. I do want this man alive, but I just don't want some person thinking that she came in and wrecked my relationship, and it was nothing like that. Is how how she's feeling in this moment. She's just like, yeah, I may seem weak or different, but just don't think because I have this new package means that I'm somebody else. Don't forget who I is, ho. And that's basically how Alabama's feeling. And when it comes to her Elvon, who it seems like she's pretty much has claimed without claiming, it seems like definitely that she sees the Father of Cups here, that he is somebody that she truly treasures and cares for, somebody that she truly loves. And even though she's tried to justify the fact of being abused by him. So let's just say that she does have feelings or love for LV. And because of that, I can see where this beef is really coming from, but still. And two, I see that the fact that when it comes to LV, he still has a special place in her heart. Yeah, he still has a special place in her heart. And because of that, she will, this moment, just hearing that hearing that he was shot was just A, frightful for her. And then B, now that everything you're out the hospital, you're bandaged up, it was just a shot to the hand. We're good. You're still here. You're still alive. I'm thankful. She's just like, now we're able to move forward and move on. But also, she feels as though could be like a wake up warning or a wake up sign, because she knows who she had a baby by, but also the fact that it just is like a wake up call that really anything can happen. You could be dead at any moment. And I really have to treasure the time that we do have with each other, whatever that may be. And that's where this hermit card could be coming from. I'm not sure. Like we said, she's also have been dealing with cancer too, allegedly, according to what she says. But I don't know why she would have a feeling to need to lie about dealing with cancer. But because she said that she's dealt with that and she's experienced that, and it even runs in her family, that's a whole nother level of viewing and a lens of life, because your life is really lessened, not lessened. Sorry, I really take that back, but it's dimmed in the sense because it's hard to live your life when you know also at the same time you're actively dying, and like literally any minute could be your final breath. So to think about that, and then also to have your significant other who you're not really dating, but you still live in the same house with, you co-parent with, happens to just be out chilling one night, and you hear that he is in the hospital because he suffered a gunshot wound. It's just like, what the F is going on in my life is how she's feeling. The Fool spiraling. Everything is coming at her, and she just got to put up the dukes and defend the best way she can. And what we see here in the future for her is the Chariot, which is not a good place to have the Chariot. I'd rather much prefer the Chariot to be in the past where it belongs. But for it to be in the future, talks about this Fool coming full circle, because the Chariot symbolizes not letting go of the past, but also needing to let go of the past to be able to move forward. And because this is in her future, I take it she's not going to be letting go of that past very easily. She's going to cling onto the past. For what? I'm not quite sure, actually, honestly. Maybe this totem pole will tell me. But in the future, we see that she's going to. It could be due to this hermit that she's, as the Fool and as the hermit, taking some time out. She has one. She's got all these things to deal with. She's tackling them all. She's tackling them one at the time at the best that she can, trying to distribute her energy the best she can while still looking out for herself and caring for herself, while she's dealing with Alabama, while she's dealing with LV, while she's dealing with her life, while she's dealing with being a mother. And also being a sickly mother at that, if she still is sick. I'm not sure if it's in remission or not. She hasn't talked about that quite yet. But all that to be said, she looks good. So I guess that's one thing going for her. If anything, she doesn't look like she's actively dying. But that's what money can honestly do for you. But anyway, it looks like she is still living life, not letting life get her down. Whatever life throws at her, she's gonna come back at it like a boss bee. And maybe this symbolizes that she's going to be the Chariot, that's the person that's going to take the reins and ride the horse and dominate over this Chariot. Maybe she's not going to let the past take over her. In fact, she's going to take over the past herself. Because this is, I see it now. Yes, this is a horse, and horses symbolize untamed, free-spirited energy that cannot be tamed, something that will not be put in a box, something that you cannot hold down. It's going to do whatever it wants to do. That's why it's free-spirited, kind of like the Fool. It's going to do what it's going to do, be a trailblazer, and whatever is blazed in the past, whatever forged, whatever was burnt up to a crisp, as this Fool, as not Fool literally, but Fool metaphorically, as Bhad Bhabie paves her future. Yes, as she paves her future, and whatever she has to burn down, trample over, she will, to show the superiority which I'm going to tap into when I talk about her ending card, which is symbolizing how strong her future is going to really be. But what we see right here, the Hangman, which is another timeout card, just like the Hermit. You know, I'm almost inclined to believe that the Hangman can symbolize karmic debt. Let me hold up. Let me see who rules the Hangman. Is it Neptune? Yeah, I'm inclined to believe that the Hangman is dealing with karma. Not karma in the sense of Saturn karma, where it's like your lively debt that you have to live out each reincarnation. I mean, this could be that too. But this is more of Neptunian karma, which is all about what you process because you're experiencing it in this lifetime, because Neptune represents the delusion or the loose blurring vision of the lines of reality and not reality, and that can get you a little bit lost. And for that, if you do get lost and strayed off the path that you're intended to do in this life, that yes, you're going to inadvertently build up some karma debt. But karma debt in the sense of being caught up with the life, the physical life, physical reality, being caught up in physical reality and allowing yourself to indulge in what the physical brings you, whatever that means for Bhad Bhabie, because I have no idea what her life story is besides the fact that she has a troubled upbringing, and yet somehow she seems to be making a career out. She took that 30 second of fame on Dr. Phil and wrote that to fame. Honestly, she truly did, and is still on top of the game after all these years. And she didn't honestly need Alabama Barker for this beef. She had her own name out there already, but Barker basically resurfaced a dead name that people completely forgot about. So, yeah, a whole lot is going on too. That's a whole nother aspect. People that forgot about Bhad Bhabie is remembering about Bhad Bhabie, and then maybe they're going to be checking out her music. I sure hope they do. I've been there since day one. But here though, her fears is the Four of Wands, which sometimes can look like it's it's supposed to be celebratory like the Three of Cups. However, this is celebrating a transition, because usually it symbolizes leaving a place that is so chaotic like the city into a, and that goes back to this Hangman actually, because usually it's depicted of a couple leaving, a pair leaving the city. The city life is always a hustle bustle, busy, something doing, something always going on. Cities never sleep. And transitioning into a more calm, recluse, not so much going on, much more private, much more low key, not high key, can really get your thoughts together. You're not so much bombarded by energy, always like poop, 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 poop in your face. So you're able to actually think a little bit more clear headed. That's what I'm seeing with this Four of Wands and her hopes card, that she's hoping that, which goes right along with this Fool, as well as, like I said, about the Hangman and the Hermit going along with each other too. This symbolizes the Fool, and the Four of Wands symbolizes the fact that Bhad Bhabie, with all that's going on with her baby daddy being shot, and with her having to deal with young Alabama Barker, who thinks that she can do something, right? And is going up against a really big bad wolf, which, as I said earlier, Alabama brought this onto herself. I'm sorry. You really did. You barked up the wrong tree, Alabama. Or as some people might see, you barked up the right tree. However, we see here that with the Four of Wands, it's that moving forward into the future. She's hoping that she can have maybe a more stable foundation, a more solid ground, a reality that she could maybe depend on a little bit more. I say that only because this Three of Cups was here at the very bottom. And I always talk about how three symbolize a spiritual foundation, as I said earlier about the father, mother, son. But the four symbolizes a physical foundation. So therefore, we see that while, as I was talking about earlier, how she feels about her family and her family unit, that she really does truly, I'm not sure if she wants to try to like make up wrongs for her, make up wrongs, make rights wrongs that she had in her life. Like, my mother was this to me, my mother was that to me. When I have this child, I'm going to be this to my child and that to my child. Everything that my mom wasn't to me, I want to be everything that this child, that when they look up to me, they could see how much of a great parent I was to them, and not see, and even be able to see past all my flaws and see that I was actually a really great mom and I just really looked out for her. And then maybe also she could get a little bit more respect and gain some understanding for what maybe her mom can go through. But we'll figure that out. We'll see if she has a little hellion like she was her own self. You know, that usually how it typically goes. When you give birth to a child, you give birth to you, basically. I'm many you. So have fun with dealing with that one, bad baby. But she's going to know how to catch that baby outside real quick, trust. However, we see here her friends, family, and loved ones actually see the Ace of Wands. They see that there's a lot going on around bad baby, and they're actually hoping that she doesn't burn herself out, or she doesn't wear herself out, or she doesn't do so much that she could end up having, I don't know, maybe a health complication. You know, when you get too stressed, your immune system can get weakened. And if she is dealing with cancer and having to do chemo, that lowers her immune system even more. And dealing with this bad energy, this bad juju with Alabama Barker is just putting more negativity onto her. And it's like, girl, your energy field, get it straight. Leave that drama behind. That's only going to add more pressure, more energy, more fuel. It's just waiting for something to combust, to erupt, to destruct even. So because of that, maybe that's how they could see bad baby as somebody that's getting ready to like self-destruct, is getting ready to maybe act out. Like, fans are really starting to, I mean, I made a joke about it, but fans are really starting to say bad baby might really just catch Alabama outside. So because of that, it's almost like some red flags going on that people behind the scenes are seeing that us, the audience, aren't quite seeing. And and that could be where this Chariot's coming from. Like I said, her past is coming back to haunt her. She might really just say, catch me outside. How about that? And really mean it. She said, bad baby up the street. Where you at? She's giving us hints, guys. If something just so happens to happen, don't be surprised. But we all hope that that Danielle Bergoli, let's put aside the persona, let's put aside this image that she has curated herself in the media. Let's literally look at Danielle Bergoli herself, who she is behind this image, this tough girl persona that she always puts on. Because we know that she really is truly sensitive deep down on the inside, but she just doesn't let anybody see it because she always has to have this hard shell on, this hard protective shell, like the hermit. Always feeling the hermit, talking about being sensitive, always cocooned in a shell. But just because she's cocooned in herself, she's like, you're still gonna see me, you're still gonna hear me. I may got this strong shell, but I do come with something. And we see here, if this Eight of Wands in the future for her, it's supposed to be moving on. The spark, the lit, something's going to have the fire in her to get up and go, yeehaw, and get moving with this horse. For real, something is going to ignite in her. I'm not sure if she's just Literally, something's going to ignite in her, and she's going to feel like she is going to need a major shakeup, a major change, do something to get rid of whatever this baggage is that she truly cannot seem to get rid of. No matter what she do, it just draws to her. It's just her energy field. But I will pull one card to symbolize the outside. I know this was supposed to be about her and Levon, but this kind of was a little bit, because what I do see is that, yeah, even though they're not in a, like, literally a loving relationship, she still cares for them. She still sees them as a family unit. She still wants to be with him, let's be honest, without really admitting it. But she understands who he is and what she wants. And if she wants to stand up for her own peace and to really have the life that she truly loves, yeah, she may have had a baby with somebody who probably wasn't the right kind of father, but that's what she has to live with, and she's going to stick by, I guess, the consequences of her own actions. So let's see what this card is. Darkness came out. And at the very bottom, she labeled it the Tower, which is honestly quite kind of what I was seeing when I was talking about a major shakeup, something that was going to ignite in her to get the moving. And just talking about this, like I said, that she's really going to have to cut her losses, about the fact that, like I said, she had a baby with not the right man, but she has to understand the loss and the disappointment it was, and the love that she had, and, move forward in the connection and really stand strong in on herself. And it's definitely an unclear moment for her, as I was talking about, and she could actually be frustrated, which would honestly make sense. If she wasn't frustrated, she wouldn't be making a beef towards Alabama Barker. Let's just say that, for one. So for that one, yes, I could see her definitely being frustrated, and out of frustration and just out of what everything is going on with her, it's kind of like spewing. It's just like, okay, you want to come for me? Well, I'm already having a bad day, so let me give it to you and not care. So that's how she's coming off. She's just like, all right, you want to knock me while I'm down? All right, I'll tear you to shreds. Yeah, she was like, I really didn't want to do this to you, Alabama, but you did this to yourself. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading on Bhad Bhabie and how she felt about Levon, but really what's going on in her life, because it's been a lot the last year. So for that, I hope everything goes well in her life. I mean, I could honestly see the darkness just based off of these cards. The Hermit in darkness, Recluse. The Hangman, it's a bat. In the darkness, you pretty much put yourself there because you really wanted to put yourself there. Both the Hermit and the Hangman is voluntarily putting yourself in solidarity. And then we had the Eight of Wands, which is also shrouded in darkness. So am I surprised that darkness came out for her? No, I'm really not. But the darkness is going to be soon illuminated, because right above the Ace of Wands, like I said, that spark, that ignition, that flame is getting ready to start and light up this Eight of Wands, which we see that lightning, it's getting ready to strike the wood, getting ready to strike the match. And as the match strikes here, it's like striking from both angles, from above and below, that duality. I think I tapped on duality earlier, but this is going to really tap into that. So she's going to definitely be like lit up to the floor up. And also the Hermit too has a light on top of it as well to also illuminate, the guiding lights, or you could call it like a navigating star, or like a guidance to show you when you're like lost among the dark. Here, follow the light, as they say, it will lead you somewhere. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I sure did. It was great. So with that being said, please leave your comments down below. How do you feel about this beef between Alabama Barker and Bhad Bhabie? But more importantly, how do you feel about Bhad Bhabie, period, and what's going on in her life? How do you feel about her as a character? Did you like her growing up with Dr. Phil? Did you not like her? Did she grow on you? What's going on with you? So with that being said, please subscribe if you have not subscribed already. That would really mean a lot, and I would appreciate it. Please and thank you. And also, please give this video a thumbs up if you have not given it a thumbs up already. That's also very much appreciated. And with that, I will see you sunflowers in the next one. Sunflowers!